Welcome back to OTR, back with Elizabeth Warren, a Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate. Question 3 on the quiz. The main opposition leader in Greece who forced the hand of Papandreou is Antonis Samaras of the New Democratic Party. The two share a personal history. Is it college dorm mates, co-authors of a Greek cookbook, hiked Mount Everest?
Hiked Mount Everest?
Dorm mates at Amherst College. At Amherst College. As we could tell from the stock market this past week, the debt problems are worse in Italy. It's estimated that Italy's debt is at least $2.5 trillion. Who is being ousted for both ignoring and misrepresenting the expanding Italian debt?
Berlusconi.
The Prime Minister.
Yes.
What is the connection between the John Corzine MF global bankruptcy and the sovereign debt crisis?
Oh, his company, under his leadership, invested heavily in sovereign debt, and the bet went the wrong way.
They lost $6.3
He took on a
billion.
lot of risks
and
tanked that whole company.
I did want to ask you about the United States position within this debt crisis. The Italian one obviously is the current one. The Greek one has been one for a period of time. Do we need to build a firewall around the United States to prevent it from coming to our shores? Do we need to be aggressive and proactive and take care of? Can we?
You know, I'm not sure how we build a firewall around the United States. I mean, the problem is the same kind of problem in Europe as the kind of problem we had here, and that is a whole bunch of debt that was lent during the crazy days, and that now we can see there's just not enough money to pay it off. And so we go through the painful process of, look, you got to do one of two things. Either the people who are supposed to pay it off, whether it's homeowners who are underwater here in the United States, or it's the Greek citizens, are going to have to come up with more payment, or those who are holding the debts are going to have to come down on the number of dollars they're asking for. And as you've seen over in Europe now, on the Greek debt crisis, the bondholders have agreed to take 50% on face value, but there's still a gap.
Yeah.
And so we're going through that very painful process of paying for a deregulated, out-of-control financial system that said, you know, I can make money on this trade, and the fact that way on down the line, it will totally blow up in someone's face, not my problem, because I got my zillion dollars out of it today.
But so does the U.S. government, do the taxpayers of the United States have to step in here?
Oh, not in the European part of it. My point is just, we still have got deleveraging problems here within the United States and within our own financial institutions.
Let's step over to Iran. It said this past week that it will not pull back on its nuclear program, denying claims that it is developing atomic weapons. The UN's International Atomic Energy Agency disagrees, saying that they are lying, essentially. Israel is performing emergency drills. How serious is this threat in your view?
Oh, this is serious. I mean, when we're talking about the development of nuclear weapons by a state that is enormously dangerous. We're talking about destabilizing an entire region. This is about as serious as it gets.
How does the U.S. respond? What should the United States do then?
I think the answer is we leave all options on the table, and we do what I think President Obama has been remarkably good at in foreign affairs over the last couple of years, and that is nuanced responses. No chest thumping and going over the top that could actually turn out to backfire.
Sanctions, yeah.
Keep all the options and keep military moving them. I think you leave the options on the table. And I want to say one other part. I think you work with the people in the region as much as you can.
But if worse comes to worse, do we take military action? Do we go in there?
I think the right way to say it is you leave the options on the table. I think that is the sensible approach, and I think the president has taken a very nuanced response, and I think that's right. This is one of those one day at a time. You don't stand back and make demands that you don't want to have to follow through on.
Elizabeth Warren, thank you for joining us this morning. We greatly appreciate you for joining us on OTR. And just for the record, folks, we have invited Scott Brown to be with us. So far, he has declined that invitation. Next, the fight for the middle class. Are voters buying it?
Do you feel like the middle class is sort of being fought for? Or do you think that's sort of a political talking point?
Probably more of a political talking point.